Good morning. While some of this is working, there's still problems with the filament, and I cannot figure out because I'm doing it exactly like I've done it for years, and it's just not working right. This I can actually print this section and glue it, so that's not that big a deal, but I have no idea why the filament isn't working. This Davy can came out right, but this coffee cup has messed up. This messed up. This messed up. That messed up. And that messed up. I've only been making this YouTube series for a few weeks. You have to remember, I've been making filament for 4 years. I've been making filament for 4 years and this has never happened. The first thought I had about the extruder is it's been since March since I replaced this motor. Philibot won't tell you this, but you have to replace these motors about every 2 or 3 months. So it being about 5 months is suspicious. At the same time, I've replaced this motor probably 8 or 9 times, something like that. And I know what it sounds like when the motor isn't working, and it sounds just fine. Also, the reason the motor might be lasting long is, it's a little hard to see this, but I put a giant fan next to it, and I took the housing off so that the fan could cool it extremely efficiently. So the fact that the motor sounds like it's working fine and is showing no signs of not working fine, and I'm not even sure that inconsistent thickness is the thing that's making the filament not work, because I measure it like 3 or 4 times per roll and they're fine. So I'm just concluding that the motor, even though it normally would be replaced by now, just can't be the problem. I don't like doing this, but what I'm gonna have to do is just introduce less recycled material. That's just what it's gotta be. The reason I want to maximize the recycled material isn't just because it's like nice to use more recycled material, it's less wasteful. It's because it reduces the cost. The recycled material, other than the cost of my labor, is essentially free. It's sort of like introducing free plastic. But I mean, the thing that's crazy is I've been doing this for like a year. I've been doing the recycling thing for like a year, and this hasn't really happened before. But I know that maybe what I should do is make a few rolls of just normal plastic and make sure that that's actually the thing to do. I'm going to make a few rolls of just normal plastic and make sure that works. And then we're gonna reintroduce recycled material. Maybe like 20% mixture. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go get coffee. When we get back, we're gonna make normal plastic. And we'll do that for this whole day, which will probably be 4 or 5 rolls. We'll mark them. And if those don't work, then something is mechanically wrong with the extruder. See, this is why I'm doing this series, because just talking about this stuff helps me think about it. Yeah, this has been really helpful doing this series, because I actually rewatch the episodes and sometimes things like occur to me to be like, oh, here's what I should do. Just documenting it is not just fun for you guys to watch and learn from, but like, it's like how weightlifters would record their like sessions and stuff, and then they can see their form. Like it gives me an objective look at myself, which is pretty scraggly, to be very honest. Yes, best time of day. After that shenanigans this morning, you know I'm ready for this. The first drink of the day. I don't know what made me think of this, but you guys remember Numa Guy? early YouTube video. I still get that caught in my head sometimes, and it's been almost 20 years. I think that was 2007, 2008. Playing Amazing Grace. Back at the shop. I've actually figured out how to do some of the analytics stuff. I'm currently getting about 1,000 views a day. I update this every day, and that's my total channel views. And yeah, my average would be, at least based on these 3 data points, over 1,000 a day. Like I said before we left, we're just gonna start making some virgin plastic with no recycled material. We're gonna do that for today, and then we're gonna mark the rolls. This is some PLA colorant this is like the stuff the pros use, as in like the people who professionally manufacture filament. You get it in, I mean, you can order it in almost any quantity, but this was originally a 10-pound order. So we're gonna add a little bit of this and mix it in, because a little bit of colorant adds texture. Sometimes raw PLA, when you extrude it, is almost too slippery for the extruder motors to grab onto. So a little bit of colorant helps. If the extruder has problems making usable filament when we're not using recycling material at all, then we will conclusively say something is wrong with the extruder. But I really don't think there is. So if you can see this, we're getting a lot closer to being monetized. I have to get 3,000 watch hours, but we're over a quarter of the way there. So that's pretty nice. So this is the filament that's just natural plastic. I've been measuring as per usual, and it's very consistent. Honestly though, it's not terribly different than the other stuff that the recycled material is in terms of diameters. But we'll do this for a day and keep track of the spools and see if they mess up. Another thing I'm going to do to try and improve the filament situation is, this is the particle tumbler for the recycled material. It has sort of smaller holes and larger holes. Obviously the larger holes let through larger particles. And I'm going to use electrical tape and super glue to cover up those larger holes, because smaller particles melt more easily and should blend into the plastic more easily. I don't expect this to make a big difference, because there isn't that big a size difference between the large and the small, but it's something. And it's like, you just kind of do everything when you're trying to fix what's going on. Yeah, once that dries, I think it's gonna be good. So we did a whole bunch of patches. I think all the holes that are left are kind of normal, small size. You can see that this particulate matter is rather fine. Small particles like this melt very, very easily. So if there's any part of this filament issue that has been particle size, we're effectively eliminating that variable. We've done 2 rolls of the just raw plastic and colorant, and it's coming out real smooth. Really the variations in diameter aren't even different than what I did before, but we're gonna start marking it with the blue circle. So all of this blue circle filament has none of the recycling stuff. We'll do that for at least today, maybe part of tomorrow, and then we'll see if there's any problems. This roll is made from just the raw plastic, and it does seem to be printing pretty good. I would say if all of the rolls that are just raw plastic end up printing correctly, then there was something that needs to be fixed or tweaked with the recycled material. Again, I recycled stuff for about a year. I used recycled material for about a year, and I'm doing it the same way I've always done it, and it really, for the most part, always worked. So this is very baffling. I can't show you because it's got personal information, but just got a custom project to do a velociraptor, like a velociraptor on a stand, and it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be like, we're gonna make it maximum size, then we're gonna do some airbrushing and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be really fun. And the person who commissioned it is probably gonna watch this, so hey. Making more bubble wrap. Time to do this shark gear. All right, pretty much done for the day. Got a couple more things to package up for the mail tomorrow, but thanks for watching. Leave a comment below, ask your questions. I generally respond to pretty much every comment or almost every comment. Have a good one.